do you want to hear my extremely accurate Logan Roy impression?
Sure, yeah, hit me with it.
Fuck off!
There you go. Yeah, pretty good.
God. So I watched Succession.
Yeah. So, I mean, you watched it all, like, kind of bingey, right?
Yeah, I mean, we blasted through it, like, start to finish.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's got to be an interesting... How was that, doing it that style? Because I watched it, obviously, as it came out,
As it came out? Yeah, I mean, like, you know... I mean, I watch everything that way nowadays, and I tend to prefer it because, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure you feel the same way and have found this, but, like, even something I really like, I find that when I come back to it later, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck has happened in this show at all. So, like, I felt like I was, like, I followed everything so much better than, like, I normally would, you know?
Did it feel like there was, like, a constantly evolving plot happening?
Like a constantly evolving plot happening. I think
or maybe give you an idea of what the bounds are I'm operating here. Or did it feel more like a soap opera?
I would say that it did lean more towards the kind of soap opera-iness of it. I mean, like, obviously, like, you know, the whole thing revolves around Kendall just trying and miserably failing to be anything approaching decent at his life and job. And, you know, so it's almost like, I mean, it was almost like the serious version of Arrested Development, you know? Like,
that's a good way to think about it. I like that.
It's just like Arrested Development, but like with less of the overt comedy and more of the just like, oh my God, like, you know, hand to face, like, Jesus Christ comedy.
Yeah. That's good. So, yeah, I mean, you liked it, obviously, though.
Yo, yeah. I mean, it was compelling, right? You know, like, I wanted to continue watching it. Like, you know, it's been a while since we've had to watch something where, you know, you gotta watch it for a whole hour. You know, It's like I've been watching, you know, like 20 minutes of anime where like the first 3 minutes is intro, the last 3 minutes is outro. And
was that like a tough transition?
Yeah, it's like, wow, God, this is just one episode. This is still going on. Oh my God, there's so much TV to like watch at once. But I mean, after like a few episodes, it's like we got used to it again. It was funny, like going back to anime. It was like, oh my God, the episode's already over. How is this possible? You could fit so much more episode in this.
So, what was your like initial reaction? Like on the first episode, like the baseball game, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
That kind of sets the tone in a way.
Yeah. I mean, so I feel like, you know.
Oh, and for anyone listening, by the way, you know, we're just going into it this time. This is the podcast.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to think back to the first episode. I mean, like it's just so like.
Did you hate them?
Oh, I mean,
you must have hated them, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, like they're disgusting. Especially like, I mean, you had mentioned Roman, especially like in the first episode, and like, I mean, he is just like a despicable person in that first episode.
The worst.
But it's like, I don't know, like the first couple of episodes, like it was such a shock because it's like they, I mean, obviously, so this is going to be spoilers all for Succession, so just fucking strap in, people. That's what's happening. But you know, like it goes right into like, you know, like, oh, is Logan going to be dead? And like, because me not actually knowing that much about the show, I was like, oh, is that going to be the show? Like, he's just like, you know, they have this, I mean, because I know he's a big name actor, but I didn't realize, you know, that.
Yeah, is he just going to die immediately? Right?
Yeah, it's like, is he just into like die immediately and like set up the main contention of the show? But of course, obviously that didn't happen. So like, I mean, I was genuinely like, oh, what is going to happen here? Like, is he going to be dead? Like, because the show is called Succession. So like, is the show going to be the kids fighting over, you know, the company? And the answer is yes, but not for the reasons that I had intended.
Yeah. They're just always doing that.
Yes. They're not serious people.
Yeah, but they want to be. Yeah, it's that show was a roller coaster for sure. Yeah. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to watch it after the first episode, honestly. It was like, oh my God, like, do I really want to watch a show about, like, evil people, essentially? Mm-hmm. The answer is yes.
Yes.
By the way, it's a great show. I love it. It's so good. But watching it week by week, it was like, I don't know, each episode was almost its own little, like, microcosm, you know? Like, I didn't... Like, trying to think of Succession as, like, a continuous show. Like, with each episode, like, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. I think that, like, I think
much more disjointed experience.
I think towards the later episodes, there's more arcs than there are initially, because I feel like a lot of the initial episodes is just kind of setting up like the groundwork, like who are these characters, how are they going to act, type of thing.
What is season 1 about? Is season 1 the party in the car accident?
Is it?
Or is that season 2?
That has to have happened in season 1. That must have. That
has to be season 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, if we were, had learned the same lessons that we, had learned from any previous podcast that we had done, we would have had this like pulled up and ready to rock. But
that's
whatever.
That's part of the appeal.
Yeah,
watching us struggle slowly.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the people want.
Well, I mean, actually, it depends. It depends on if I decide if I want to allow us to struggle or not, or if I just edit all that out and then you just see the streamlined, perfect.
Yeah, so all the audience sees is our like genius as we instantly figure out all these problems that take us like 20 minutes to figure out.
It is funny, like some of the times when that happens where I'm obviously not going to leave in this massive like pause, and so it's like we have times where like, oh, what is this thing? Oh, it's this thing, and I'm just like, okay, well, I can't really cut around that, so that is what it is. But yeah, no, okay, yeah. So the first season seems to be basically like,
yeah, the first season is that's the like season finale is the car accident.
Yeah, culminating with the car accident. Yeah, so it's basically just like the destruction of Kendall Roy, part 1.
Fully.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. I mean, it is. Yeah. I mean, God, Kendall Roy. I mean, talk about choosing like a perfect actor.
Oh, he was fantastic. Jeremy Strong fucking killed. I mean, they were all great on it. Everybody in that show was great. Like they all like brought their characters across in ways that made me very angry at them at a lot of points, which was perfect. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Jeremy Strong also outside of the stage, his portrayal of himself is also hilarious. I don't know if it's a comedy bit or not, but have you ever seen him talking about like his acting?
I don't know that I have, no.
Oh, it's like, he is a serious actor and like he is saying like serious things when he talks, but like he talks exactly like Kendall Roy does in like the same tone. Mm-hmm. And so like I've been trained to read that tone as like bullshit.
Yeah.
And so listening to him talk outside of being Kendall Roy is also funny. Now, I apologize if he is actually a serious person and that's not a bit, but it feels almost like a bit. So I think I might be half right.
Jeremy Strong isn't a serious person.
Jeremy Strong isn't a serious person.
I mean, God, like, what a fucking summation of that entire show, too. I mean, not just, like, skip right to the end, but, like, I mean, like, because the finale of that show, like, was just so... It was, like, the most perfect ending to a show like that because it was so deeply unsatisfying, Like... Like, it was just like, of course, like, it's like, I should have, if I was paying any attention, this is obviously what was going to happen, but it's just like, but like, there's a part of you that like wants to hope. There's a part of you that is Kendall Roy, is like, everything's going to work out. I'm going to be CEO and everything's going to be fine. The title of the show is Succession. So obviously at the end, I'm going to success. No. Yeah. Fucking no, obviously not. It's like they can't fucking get their shit together for 1 fucking second. And it's like...
I mean, it's interesting, though, because, reality is now Murdoch stepped down, right? Like a couple days ago. It's
Wait,
actually
really?
Crazy we're talking about this now.
Oh, shit. I didn't actually see this.
Yeah, head of Fox. He stepped down. And so, like, one of the Roy brothers is going to, like, take over, actually.
Jesus Christ. He must have seen the show. He was like, oh, fuck. He's just like, it's like, the goddamn fucking Elon Musk is going to get me if I don't give it to one of the kids.
I don't want to, like, die. I'm sorry to like skip ahead.
No, it's fine. Let's just talk about the show.
I don't want to die shitting in an airplane toilet.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, that episode. Okay, season 4, the episode where like the funeral and like where he dies.
Yes,
that is probably some of the greatest television.
Honestly, like I think that like that's one of the perfect things about the show is they set up these things so early. Like they must have obviously had a plan for the show because they set shit up early that pays off. Because I mean, just talking about what I was talking about, like I genuinely thought that like there was a chance he was going to die in season 1, right? So then when it's like, oh, he's he's dying, I'm already in fucking denial. I'm like, no, he got out of it once. He can get out of it again. Like, it's gonna be fine. I'm fucking right there with the kids in the room, you know? I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, too real.
It's too fucking real. And it's like, and it's so abrupt, you know? Because it's like, there's so much build up to the one in the first season that, like, you know, like in hindsight, it's almost obvious that like it wasn't going to be a thing, right? Like that he was going to make it through. Yes. Whereas like the actual death is like how it probably is. It's like you have a fucking embolism or whatever, or a heart attack or whatever, you know, on an airplane, and you just fucking drop dead, and that's it, the end. And It's like, shit, man, shit.
Yeah, and just the way they're so like insulated from a like existence almost. Mm-hmm. Like I always remember the scene where they're like checking into a hotel and like they just kind of walk past the front desk.
As people check them in for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they don't even check themselves into the hotel. Like they have a person who's like has done all of that for them already. It's just crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then there's so many instances of that in the show. It's just like this idea that like they think, and I mean, I guess it's probably one of the main themes of the show is just like that they think that they understand like what the world is. They think they're being exposed in some way to the world, and you know, they're not at all. Like, is it what's her name? The wife, Marcia? Marcia, yeah, I think that's right. I think I got that right. You know, when she's like, you know, you think that like you think you live in the real world, but you're just living in this little like playground that your dad has created for you, you know? Yes. And it's like there's so many instances of the characters just like being so completely out of touch with how anything else works, that like even though you feel all their hardships, right, you're like, oh god, like this is happening to them, but at the same time you're like, okay, yeah, but it's like somebody on Reddit put it perfectly. It's like the worst fucking day of Kendall Roy's life was the day that he was awarded like $5 billion in a stock buyout. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're too rich.
They're too rich. Yes, they're completely out of touch rich.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting. and yet you still feel sympathy for them when you watch the show. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, especially the funeral episode. Like it really, you know, it's like, oh my god, you know, like that's gonna be fucking shitty.
Yeah, this terrible piece of shit died, and yet at the same time you feel bad about the whole situation.
Yeah, and yet the world is like a better place for it.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
the duality of man.
But the fucking like, but the end, like I was just so fucking frustrated, like of just like it's like they just couldn't get it together. It's just like all fucking Shiv had to do was just let it happen. But it was like, nope. Even right there at the end, right at the last moment, it's like we can't fucking do it. We can't allow this to happen. I was like, oh no! And then like he's like the fucking like spit, you know? It's just like I'm the fucking eldest boy. It's just so fucking, oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, what can be said, you know? But
any other favorite moments?
Oh shit, I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, like comedy moments, because like there's a couple of like really amusing.
I mean, it is a black comedy show.
It is a black comedy, but like, you know, like the fucking time, you know, it's talking about like just being out of touch. Like, you know, the time when he's like trying to figure out his espresso machine for like 15-20 minutes or whatever it is, and he's like, oh, I sent everybody home, you know, for Thanksgiving or whatever it was, and then he like fucking calls out to like one of his like, you know, servants or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, where's the coffee? And he's like, who is it? Was the fucking lawyer or whatever his name is? Or the Frank.
Sure.
Frank was in there. Yeah. And, you know, he's like, what? It's like, oh, I have a skeleton crew. It's like, okay, of course you have to have a skeleton crew of staff.
Yeah. I got the bare essentials of staff.
The bare essentials. Got to know where the fucking coffee is.
Yeah. God.
Oh, God.
And the way he just like promotes like the alt-right and it's just like his ex-wife or whatever, just like, your daughter is like feels unsafe and like people are harassing her, and he's just like, it's fine, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, no, they're just so stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're talking favorite moments for me, like, I feel like it's all what the fuck is their names? Tom Wambsgans and Greg.
Tom and of course, yeah,
dude,
I forget about
fucking Tom and Greg is just like, every moment with them is just incredible, because Tom is such a piece of shit, but like at the same time, like you kind of feel for him, a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because he's the underdog in a way.
Yeah. Like I fucking, like, I hate him so much, and yet he's, like, actually so good to Greg in just, like, a completely fucked up, and it's,
Everyone needs their Igor, you know?
Everyone needs their Igor. Everyone needs their Greg. Somebody's got a Greg for him, man.
You got a Greg, you know? Someone who's a piece of shit, you can trust that they're your shit.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, like, obviously it's been a minute since I watched the show now.
Sure.
So
Well, do you want? I could remind you of a moment that surely is probably one of your favorites.
Remind me of a moment that's surely probably one of my favorites.
Tom eating the chicken off of Logan's plate.
Oh my god! Yes.
Did you eat my chicken?
You want to eat my chicken? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the ultimate power move.
Just fucking eats the chicken.
Eats the chicken, just sits down in front of him and just takes the chicken off of his plate and eats it. Oh my god.
Ah, Jesus. God. And like their whole marriage is just like,
oh god,
difficult to watch. Like, you talked about, like, oh, do I really want to watch a show about these terrible people? It's like, that was definitely one of the moments where I'm just like, oh my god, like, this is horrible to, like, fucking do to a person, you know? I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Is that even true?
Oh god, remind me what the context of that was.
The baby.
Oh,
I'm pregnant.
Shit. Yeah. Oh my god, that's right. Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. Jesus.
Is that even true? Just like,
that's the level that they're at. Yeah.
What a way to, like, reply to that.
Is that even true?
Can you just imagine if Lauren had been, Jason, I'm pregnant.
Is that even true? Did you just make that up? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? Like, it's impossible to comprehend.
It is, yes. It's like the fucked upness of that situation is impossible to comprehend.
And yet they got there.
Yes. Nah, man. It's, yeah, it was, it's one of those shows that, yeah, like, at times it feels just so excruciating, but, like, you know.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's, having watched a lot of, you know, like, various levels of trash, and also very good shows, but, like, various levels of trash, you know, in the past couple of years, like, it was very refreshing to sit down and watch a show that I just, like, cruise through. It was just like, I'm like, I want to watch more episodes. I want to watch more episodes. How can I watch more episodes? Why is there not more time in the day so I can watch more episodes? You know? So it's like, It was just very, very good show, and, like, very solidly done. You know, I forgot somebody said, they're like, you know, I don't know why fucking, you know, HBO is pouring so much money and trying to make Westworld the new fucking Game of Thrones when all they needed to do was film the actual lives of a bunch of fucking rich entitled billionaires.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, because there's no, like, they don't have sci-fi powers.
They seem to have sci-fi powers of bullshit.
No, they do. I mean, I agree. I'm just saying, there's a demographic that, you know.
Well, just we needed a title to the podcast, and I figured that might be a nice frame.
No, yeah, it's a good one. We'll probably have 3 or 4 titles by the time this is.
You know what? If it's a good episode, we usually do have, like, I usually have my choice of at least a couple where I'm like, oh no, I start listening, I'm like, oh, that's the one, and then later on I'm like, oh no, that's the one, and then later on I'm like, ooh, but that could be the one too. Who knows? But yeah, anything? Would you like to say anything more about Succession?
No, just, I mean, you know, it's just very prestige television, truly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, you know. I mean, actually, speaking of such, not that we were going to necessarily talk about it, but I did want to throw. Did you watch Better Call Saul?
No.
Oh, dude.
I watched season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
And I've seen clips from the other seasons, so I'm, like, aware of characters that exist, but I'm not really. After he, like, defeats his brother or whatever in seasons 1 and 2, I guess I kind of was like, eh. And then there's the transition to, you know, Breaking Bad, and it's like, I know where he ends up at that point. So,
oh man, I
know it's good. I'm sure it's really good.
It's better than Breaking Bad. I'll say that.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like Breaking Bad was a good show. Better Call Saul is an excellent show. Like I would put it in 100% the same category. So You know?
Well, I'd hope so. 'Cause if it's better, it better at least be in the same category.
No, as like Succession.
Oh, as Succession.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm putting those two head to head. Like it's a powerhouse, man. It's a great fucking show. It's like one of the best shows that I've watched. So, because like I always found, I've said this to people, but like I always found Breaking Bad to be almost like a little bit like there's almost a degree of like cartoonishness to it. Like it would like not a cartoonishness, but like
sure.
it's over exaggerated, right? You know, it's like it's hyperbolic in a way. Whereas Better Call Saul, up until basically like the last little bit of the final season where it's transitioning, it's like as soon as the Breaking Bad stuff comes in, which basically it's like a couple episodes right at the end of the show. Like you don't spend any time in like the quote unquote Breaking Bad like universe,
Sure.
really.
Yeah.
Like, so like right up until like as soon as the Breaking Bad stuff started coming in, I was like, it all of a sudden started to feel a little bit like, you know, caricatured and cartoonish, but like everything else is just like, oh, fucking chef's kiss, dude. Just like such a good fucking show. I mean, I'll fucking sing its praises all over the place. I hope you do watch it because it is a really good show.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
But the other thing that I know we want to talk about. So by the way, this is like, I mean, you'll see for the show notes from the last time if you watched the last episode, that this is gonna be a little bit of a grab bag. Because I watched Succession and also Batman, fucking 2022. Yeah, 2022, 2023, whatever the Batman was. The Robert Pattinson Batman, 2022, yes. And oh boy, first of all, holy shit, man. I didn't realize that movie was 3 hours. It's a long fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a bit of an epic.
Yeah, holy shit. But okay, I want to hear your take on this before I start, though, because you said that this was a couple podcasts back. You said this was your favorite Batman.
Yes, for sure.
Like,
I think it's the closest they've come to the animated series Batman.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
Just because he, I mean, you know, he mostly does detective work. He sucks a lot, which I think is important. It's not quite like the animated series is obviously the fully formed Batman.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know if I would make that comparison.
But like it's clearly like Batman Year One becoming like animated series Batman vibes to me.
Yeah, I do agree with that it's not like, I don't think it's exactly like, yeah, it's like the transition period. Like he's been doing it for a bit, but he's still quote unquote new at it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yes. Terrible is the word you're looking at.
Terrible. Yes.
That's what I love the most. And like how angsty he is still.
Yes.
It's like just like hearing him talk the first time he's talking to Alfred, right? Where he has like the makeup on his face still.
Yep.
Right? It's like that was when it clicked for me. And I was like, oh, this is on purpose. This is like he like every line of dialogue is hurting me because like he's like a whiny teenager essentially still.
Yes. Yeah, no.
Because of course he is, because he's Batman.
Yeah. And I mean, like, yeah, he you know, he's just like been training himself to like do this, and now he's finally doing it, and it's like, you know,
he's going out and beating up like hood rats.
Yeah.
With his, you know, decades of training.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I mean, you're probably I would assume you're more familiar with the comic books, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of comic books. When you say that, it's like, I mean, I've missed the last like decade of Batman Evolution, so I don't even know what's.
Let me say this again: you're more familiar with comic books about Batman than I am about comic books of Batman.
Okay, sure.
Almost definitionally, because I've never read a Batman comic, and I'm assuming you've read at least one.
I have read many. Yes.
Yes. So
that is correct.
So I am curious, is like, you know, if this is an incarnation that's similar to one of the other comic incarnations.
I mean, yeah, sure. Like Year One, I would say is probably the closest, but even then, it's more like, I don't know. This feels almost Tim Burton-y in a way.
Okay.
And the visuals, I don't know. It's not particularly. It still feels to me like the animated series is still the closest.
Yeah, well, I mean, the animated series is fucking amazing, and yeah, that's why. So I was a little confused by your comparison, because I feel like in the animated series, I think you kind of walked it back correctly, of that, like, he's much more fully formed in the animated series, which is something that I feel like they almost never do in the movies about Batman, because it's like, you know, I feel like Dark Knight, or was it Dark Knight, or was it Batman Begins? Maybe Batman Begins like paid some lip service to it, of like having him go out as Bruce Wayne and do Bruce Wayne things. Whereas this feels very much like not that, you know? This is very much taking the same kind of Tim Burton-y approach, because I think Michael Keaton was also very much like reclusive Bruce Wayne, which to me is like a little weird. It's like, you know, because I grew up with Batman the Animated Series, so I always expect like a little bit of like oh, he understands that he also has to be Bruce Wayne, you know, and does Bruce Wayne things and does Batman things. But this feels very much like an extension of that, like, you know, initial formation of Batman, which I actually think that, I don't know, I've gone back and forth on this, because like,
I guess what I would say to like clarify my point, this, like, personality wise, this feels like a very unique take on Batman, but not like, you're not unique, just like they've never done specifically, I don't know, young Batman is not really, I guess, a big focus, because like the appeal of Batman is that he's competent.
Yep.
And like this Batman is obviously not competent.
Yes.
Really?
No, I agree with you. Like, but
like in terms of like the things he does throughout the movie, like the actual steps he takes as like actions, that's what I mean by he's the Batman Animated Series Batman, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like, he can't really fight, you know, he can, but like not really. Like, he's a person, you know? Like,
it's funny you say that though, because I feel like they make him almost obscenely bulletproof in this one.
They do make him very bulletproof, but I don't know. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. It's just like it's just funny. You say, like, it's like he's very clearly mortal, obviously, in this one. You know, like, to a degree that sometimes it seems like the other Batmans are like almost supernaturally able to like put up with shit. But, you know, I mean, God, man, they fire so many bullets at him. It's very cool stylistically, but Jesus Christ, like, he would be on his ass.
But like, you know, he has to run out of the police station.
Oh God, that is, by the way, one of the best scenes of any comic book movie I've ever seen, of just like, yep, that big, and like the fucking, like, when he gets his cape caught coming out or whatever, his flying suit.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's all very year one stuff. That's all just like, especially the falling down and having to call Alfred or whatever. That happens in this movie, right?
Falling down and have to call Alfred.
No, I'm confusing. I'm remembering a scene from Batman Begins, I think.
Okay.
Never mind.
And that's the thing. Like,
what happens when he catches his cape?
Oh,
what's that scene? I don't remember that.
So he's trying to fly like under the bridge, and he catches his cape on the roof of the bridge, and fucking like it just like absolutely takes him out. He just like fucking rolls off, you know, and like lands on the ground, has to like limp off, and just has generally a very terrible time with it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember now. Yeah. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's like Batman Begins, I feel like, did a really, really good job of showing the, like, in kind of like almost a montage-y kind of way, showing like the initial formation of Batman. Like, I feel like that did a remarkably good job of demonstrating that, you know, like he goes through the, like, I don't actually have like he's competent already, in the sense of like he's able to like fight, but he has no idea of like how to go about what he's doing, and so he's just wearing like the ski mask or whatever, and like, you know, just like running up on people and like, you know, trying to stop them. And it's not until later that he realizes, oh, I gotta like, you know, bring something else into this. I gotta like the fear aspect is what he has to bring into it. Whereas this, like, that's already fully formed, but like he's still trying to figure out the competency portion of that, which, I mean, in like the framing of the movie, that makes way more sense, right? It's just like, okay, you have the idea first, and then you have to get the competence. Whereas in Batman
Begins,
it's more like I've built up the competence to do what I want to do, but I don't have the idea yet. And I think both work. And actually, the one from Batman Begins, I feel like I'm more familiar with that story, because I don't remember what series it was, but like it might have been in one of the animated series where they do show him like doing the thing with like just like a plain costume before like he does the Batman costume.
I don't know if that's animated series still.
Was that Batman the Animated Series?
I think they had a couple episodes like that, yeah.
Okay, I'm not crazy then. It was either that or it was like a flashback from like Batman Beyond or something. But I don't know. Or maybe Justice League. But it was like in that kind of that period of time, you know, like the 90s, early 2000s.
Yes,
cartoons.
It would have had to have been an animated series.
Okay. And so like I'm more familiar with that Batman story of like him kind of like starting out. But like I agree with what you're saying, that like this felt like a really interesting take, you know? Like I was watching this feeling like I haven't really seen the Batman story told this way before, and I especially like the fact that they didn't fucking drag us through the okay, Bruce and Martha, or Martha Wayne were killed. Fucking, we know, okay? Everybody knows it's fucking Batman. All right, it's a cultural touchstone at this point. Like, if you don't know what that is, you were literally just born.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah, I like all the detective work he does. I like that he works so closely with Gordon.
Yeah, I appreciated that. And I appreciate, like, the fact that, like, he like, shows up. He's, like, clearly good at the detective work, which is nice, you know? Like, he's got that skill clearly figured out to some degree.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's smart. And, like, you know, so, like, him arriving on the scene and everybody being very uncomfortable with it, but, like, him also being helpful is, like, that interplay was nice, you know, that, like, it just, like, that worked very well for me.
Yes. That was a great scene. Just the whole intro when, he walks up and, like, the way they, like, the forensic analyst, like, subtly, like, picks up the clues that he, like, looks at. She's like, she's paying attention.
Yeah. And what's his face as Commissioner Gordon? That's also, I feel like, a little bit of a fresh take as well. What is his name?
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. Yeah,
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, he's
the android from Westworld.
Yeah, exactly. His fucking whatever his face is from Westworld. But like, you know, he was like, I love his I love his demeanor.
Yes.
Towards Batman. Like, it just works so well.
We're like, okay, man, I'm going along with this, but you know. Oof.
Yeah, like they're chummy, you know, like, which makes sense. It's like it's like almost like his partner, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and they because like I feel like in some of the other ones, you know, like I mean, Commissioner Gordon is played very much like I would expect, like you know, oh my god, I can't believe I can't think of his name in the Christian Bale one.
Yeah, the chameleon actor.
Yeah, one of my favorite actors of all time, whose name is Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is very, very good as Commissioner Gordon, and he does Commissioner Gordon, but he does Commissioner Gordon the way that I kind of expect Commissioner Gordon to be played, you know?
Well, he's also a commissioner at that point, so the different dynamic, right? This is Detective Gordon.
I don't think he is at the beginning of Batman Begins. I think he becomes Commissioner Gordon during the events of Batman Begins, if I recall correctly. I might be making that up, but
sure, that might be right. But yes,
yeah, like this. Yeah, I think like all of this kind of just like the younger, like less fully formed versions of all of these characters are a very like something that I don't feel like we spend a lot of time in the Batman universe, and like I don't know why, because it is very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just all. I mean, in comic books, it's just because they're afraid of change. But yeah, and I like the way that like the Riddler thinks that they're working together the whole time.
Oh my god, that
Spoilers.
Was fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Because I mean, he essentially is.
Yeah, unwittingly, but yes. And it's like, oh, it's so, yeah, it's like, oh, you weren't working. It's like, oh, you're not as smart as I thought. He plays the Riddler perfectly, you know? Like his take on it is not fresh, but the take is like, I feel like, I don't know, because I don't think I feel like you don't really see the Riddler show up a whole ton. I know he was in one of was it a Tim Burton one or?
Yeah, but that's like Jim Carrey Riddler.
Yeah, it was like practically the Joker, but just with riddles.
I don't know. This feels pretty fresh too. This take of the Riddler.
Well, have you played the appearance wise for sure, but have you played like the
Arkham games?
The Arkham games.
Yeah, definitely.
This feels very much like the Arkham version of the Riddler, like the incredibly like constantly
personal.
Constantly boasting, but also extremely insecure about his own intelligence Riddler. That's what I feel like this comes across as. Like as soon as like, especially once he realized that, Batman wasn't working with him, I feel like immediately I got huge vibes of Arkham Riddler off of this.
I played the Riddler. I played the one where you have the car. I mean, I played the first one.
Uh-huh.
And the one where you have the car.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. The Riddler never came across as a strong character to me. I never really did enough challenges to meet him.
Oh, okay.
In those games, so
fair enough. I mean,
he always felt more silly, I guess, to me. This one does not really feel silly at all.
Okay.
Like I can't imagine this one leaving bright colored question marks.
No, that's fair.
Decorating his hideouts with question mark themed green question mark themed motifs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this guy would like literally like. I mean, they showed in the movie he lives in a fucking dingy apartment, right? I mean,
Yes. Yeah. No, this is much more like fucking like incel neo-Nazi Riddler than Which, by the way, the scene with the scene with like him talking to his like Discord or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, Discord or Twitch or something, I think, right?
That was perfect. Like, hey guys, thanks for subscribing. It's like such great. It's like he's got this whole persona, but then like you can see behind the curtain what he's really like, It's just like, oh, please like. It's like he may as well have been said, please like and subscribe. My Patreons are, It's like, holy shit, man. I'm trying to think what else. Catwoman was very well done as well.
Yep. Great
obviously,
Catwoman interpretation.
very much trying to channel the like Halle Berry Catwoman. I feel like just appearance wise. Like the fucking the short hair and all of that. Like, I don't know. Like, as soon as I honestly when it first I was like that's not. I was like, I know that isn't Halle Berry, but like, God, man, that looks so similar.
There aren't really any long-haired Catwoman. I mean, there are obviously, but it's more common for her to be short-haired because she's a cat burglar, right? So
yeah. See, the thing is though, is just like in the animated series, she had long blonde hair. That's what I'm used to.
What?
Yeah, Selena Kyle. But look it up, Batman. Unless I'm crazy.
No, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, long blonde hair.
Yep, not crazy. Yep. That's the portrayal that I'm like the most familiar with. And then I mean, what was it? Michelle Pfeiffer. She had long hair as well, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah. So did apparently the Batman Begins or whatever. But all like the video game ones, the modern one. I don't know. It doesn't look like the what's her name?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Oh, Julie Newmar, the oh god, what's his name? Mayor West, Adam West.
Adam West.
The Adam West Catwoman had long hair. It looks like.
Yeah.
But the one from Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer, does not look like she has long hair.
It's funny because I don't see any pictures of her as.
It looks about 50-50.
I mean, is there any pictures of her as Selena
Kyle?
Well,
listen, man, if she is fitting long hair under that cowl, I am very impressed. Let me just say that right now.
Yeah, no. If you look up Selena Kyle, like she's got long blonde hair.
Well, in that one interpretation, yes. But there's lots of them.
No. Michelle Pfeiffer as Selena Kyle. Because if you look up Catwoman,
I see.
Yeah. You'll see the longish blonde hair.
Okay, I would call that medium length.
Okay, but not like tight cut, like short.
In fact, it looks like she literally cuts it when she becomes Catwoman. If I'm looking at these pictures correctly, so
maybe.
I think I might come out on top on this argument.
You might, yeah. I mean, as somebody who hasn't even seen that movie, I can't really 100%.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
It's like we're talking about a movie and we've never seen that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I will say Lauren was very disappointed at the end when, in her sidecar, she only had one cat in it.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, I mean, she had a whole... What did she do? Only take her favorite cat with her? What the hell is that? Why aren't they all her favorite cat?
Listen, she's not a cat slaver. She just lets her cats be free.
Yeah. Well, they should be free in the little side pockets of the motorcycle. Yeah. Just needs like a little one of those little travel containers in the back so they can just cram it full of cats. Oh jeez.
I will also say I didn't necessarily disagree with some of the people that Riddler killed either.
Yes, I mean, but that's I feel like that's often like a thing in Batman too. It's just like yeah, they're evil, but like sometimes they're also not they're not always 100% wrong.
Yeah. Flooding the seawall was probably too extreme, but I think we could have left all the people at the gala to drown at least. What is that, like 10,000 a plate? None of those people are necessary.
See, this is falling right into Succession. It's all connected together.
Yeah, Succession got my blood up.
Oh, I can imagine.
My leftist blood is pumping now.
It's boiling blue.
Boiling red. I said left, not liberal.
Oh, true. Yeah. It's, by the way, do you know how those is in the United States, right? You have blue for Democrats and then you have red for Republicans. You know how that came about?
Nope.
They used to switch it out. Like there was no standard colors. They would just pick whatever, and like I think they used to switch them all the time, and they would just whatever was convenient at that time, they would just do that. And then it was because of the 2001 election, because it was so close and so like heavily televised and people were paying so much attention to it, that people got used to Democrats being blue and Republicans being red, that they just had to stick with it forever.
It's that recent?
Yeah. And it's the other way in Canada, which always screws me up, because it's like in Canada, like the Liberals are red, the Conservatives are
yeah, that's because Canada's sensible.
Well, it's more sensible. I wish I could say.
You just lived in the mad world where I live for too long.
Yeah, I wish I could say Canada was all the way sensible.
Yeah,
but
trust me, man, it's more sensible than here.
I do not disagree with.
We elected Trump.
Fair enough. Boy, did you.
Boy, did we.
And how.
Yeah. And how. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, man. But, yeah, Batman. It was good. I'm excited that they're making more, because I was like...
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're going to do a Joker one, I assume, because Joker was in there.
Oh, Batman Part 2. Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
in a spin-off series.
Because I don't want them to be a one and done. Like, I mean, it's a good character. I want to see the character development now, you know? Like, one is not enough for me. So I got a couple other things for you before you disappoint me greatly and we talk about Armored Core.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so I watched a couple things. So last time you had mentioned a couple animes, which I did watch. So Irregular at the Magic High School.
Yeah. I can't believe you actually watched it.
So okay. I didn't remember why you recommended it. I just remembered that it was on my list because of you. And we started watching. And so, like, because I edited the podcast very recently, and since realized that you recommended it because it is your quote unquote favorite anime where the main character is bullshit Invincible.
Yes.
And
exactly.
That makes a lot of sense, because we were watching this and I was like, did you recommend this for Lauren because this is trash? Is that why you recommended this?
No, it is one of my favorite animes, actually. It is also trash.
Yeah, I mean the fucking the fucking Aichi in there is just so like,
oh god, the whole sister thing, it's so bad.
It's so really bad.
Hate it. I would love if this anime existed without that aspect, but it doesn't.
No, it does not.
So the closest that exists, the closest thing to this that exists is Overlord, essentially.
Oh, but Overlord is even worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I love Overlord, but I mean, even Overlord, like, at least he seems like somewhat possible to kill. You know, your protagonist is easy to kill. This
protagonist is like, I understand magic on like a fundamental level.
The thing that occurs to me about this now realizing what you were talking about is like, the anime really doesn't stand up to scrutiny. It's like,
oh god, no, it's the
like
weakest, paperest thin.
It's like, why does he listen to anyone? You know, it's just like, oh, I control this family and we're it's like, dude, I could delete you right now. It's like over the phone. It's like, as long as I can see you, oh, you're dead now. Like the end. Yeah.
You know, like nukes, like the ultimate weapon. Yeah, I can just like disarm those with my mind.
Yes. Or be one from a television screen. Like, television. I mean, he fucking like, he's like watching the screen. It's like, okay, it's there. He's like, oh, okay, cool. So I just need to blow it up that. Okay, that's fine. As long as I can see it visually, I guess. It's like, come on, man. And you can't kill him. And if you kill, and it's like, you can't even threaten people he cares about, because as long as he can get to them within 24 hours,
he can resurrect them.
He could resurrect them.
Yeah. And
he could fly. Probably. I don't
know
if he
pretty low down on the list of powers, but he can also do that. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. It was, so we watched the whole thing, and I think there's another season coming out. We'll watch that too. But
yeah, you watched season 2, the Visitor arc. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What was your favorite arc? I'm curious. I know which one mine is.
I think that I liked the whole, whatever it's called, like the 9 schools, 7 schools, whatever it was. I think it was 9 schools tournament. Yep. Mostly because I was like, I got into this thinking that you had recommended this in the vein of like favorite possibly is like one of your favorite like magic school animes where it's like,
Oh, sure.
And so I was looking at it more from that perspective of like, oh, okay, cool, because I like those, I like it's like fucking Harry Potter school, like learn about magic type of things. And it kind of gets away from that. Not quickly, but it does get away from that. It's not really about that, it's not about their day to day. So I did appreciate that. But what was your favorite arc?
Oh, same. Yeah, I love the city attack at the end specifically.
The city,
my favorite part.
The city
right?
attack.
Or is that the next arc? I'm
trying to remember what
the one where they're doing the project together. That arc.
Oh no, that is the visitor arc.
That's the next arc. Yeah. That is the visitor.
That one is really good though. I did also really like that. No, but I like because the end of that arc is him like standing on the building, basically like snipe deleting all of those people, which I think really gives you an idea of how just obscenely powerful he is.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting, yeah. So I mean, yeah, in terms of like ridiculous power fantasy anime, like that's a good one. I'll take it.
It's pretty much right there on top, yeah.
Yeah. So we watched that. It was good. It was trash, but it was good.
It was total trash. Yeah, of course.
And we watched the spin-off Honor at the Magic High School as well.
Oh God, what?
Yeah, so it's supposed to quote unquote follow his sister, but it doesn't. It actually really follows the other two. It was like the girl with the short gray hair and it's almost like the R2D2 and C3PO of
oh that's interesting. Is that good?
It actually, you know what, I found that like there was a lot of stuff in Irregular where they just kind of like blasted by it trying to like finish, whereas like all 12 episodes of the spin-off are contained within like the first season of the show, and they basically just flesh out like the in-between stuff. It's almost like you could almost watch them interspersed of like watch like a couple episodes of one and then watch that and then like to find out what like the side shit was that was happening.
Is there a machete order for Irregular Magic High School?
There fucking should be a machete order for it. It is actually legitimately like I found it useful and like entertaining. Like there's not that much repeat stuff, and the repeat stuff they flesh out more. Like some of the scenes in the like the 9 schools stuff that they kind of glossed over, they show in more detail. So I thought it was actually pretty good. I kind of went into it expecting
it out.
Yeah, I expected it to be garbage, and it was actually not garbage. So take that for what it's worth.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, Lauren likes this, and I'm enjoying it, so we'll watch the spinoff. But I was like, actually, the spinoff was good. So,
hell yeah.
And then I watched Vending Machine.
Oh God, yeah, wow, that, yeah. Mm-hmm. How far did you watch all of it?
Oh, I very rarely stop a show. Like it has to be very bad for me to stop a show. But that being said, so did you watch all of Vending Machine?
No, God, no. You kidding me? Of course not,
dude.
Why would I do that to myself?
I gotta say,
I did watch like 8 episodes though.
I gotta say,
pretty far.
I thought it was actually really good. I thought it was like legit good. Like I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is actually this is enough of an interesting take that I'm 100% down. I'm fucking ride or die on Vending Machine, man. Like I unironically loved it. I thought it was great. And I will defend it to the death.
Oh God. No.
You know where I decided the show was perfect? Let me tell you where I decided the show was perfect. Was because like in the beginning of the show, fucking like, like she just magically immediately intuits like everything that she needs to know about. It's like, oh, you're clearly trying to communicate with me, and let's establish words for yes or no. And it's like they do that whole thing, and I'm just like, okay, that's bullshit, but whatever. Like the show couldn't continue if it was not like this. But then later on down the road, when they have like the little fucking Tasmanian devils or whatever they are, and they completely fail to pick up on any of it at all and are completely clueless, I'm like, you got that. You understand. You just like, it's like, this is how it would be for anyone else of just like, it's a vending machine that talks. It says canned phrases. Why the fuck would I expect it to be a human soul trapped inside a vending machine? That would be stupid. No one would think that. And they don't. And it's perfect. I was like, this show understands how ridiculous it is and is leaning into it in every possible way. And it is amazing. It is amazing. I love it.
It is a triumph in going all the way with its premise.
Mm-hmm. It is not shy about how ridiculous it is. And it manages to be interesting. Like, I found it, like, right up to the end, I found it interesting. So, take that for what you will, but that's what I got, man. Vending machine. Thought it was great.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It also made me just want Japanese food too much.
Well, yeah, there's that. I had terrible cravings after that.
Exactly.
I was just like, oh man, like I could really go for a nice fucking hot Mr. Black coffee or
exactly.
whatever.
Like some of that does not exist.
Yes.
I didn't want to hurt myself.
Yeah. We got to go
looking at all that delicious ramen.
I know I've said it a million times, but one of these days we got to go to Japan. That's just, it has to happen. Like I will drag you kicking and screaming because you'll have a great time. So
yeah,
Japan, it's got to happen one day. But did you watch the new season of Witcher?
No. Is it any good?
So let me just put it this way. It's fine. But there's literally a scene. Oh, not a scene. Like there's like a sequence, right? Like an episode, right? Where there's like there's like they're going through like this. It's like a ball or whatever. And like some things are happening behind the scenes, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff, right? And there's like layers upon layers of whatever, and literally the band or whatever, like for the like the diegetic music for it, right? They're playing some type of like song, and the lyrics are "Things are not what they seem." And it's like, yeah, you're just gonna fucking. That's the level of storytelling we're at now, where you're literally just going to sing "Things are not what they seem" because things are not what they seem at this event.
Were things not what they seem?
Things were not what they seemed, Steven. They were not what they seemed. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like I didn't miss anything particularly.
Here's the thing. I am going to watch the next season to see what Liam does. But it's, at this point,
That's right.
it is
they
now
already replaced him. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. It is devolved to the level of like, it's a trash show, but I'm going to watch it anyway. So.
Sure. Yeah.
So not much more needs to be said. You can stop watching it if you want. I don't think anyone would begrudge you.
Yeah, I was probably not going to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Netflix shows, One Piece?
Oh, is it? What about it?
Oh, it's good. I think you should watch it.
You think? Oh, so they actually did a good live action adaptation?
Yeah, they successfully, they finally did it somehow.
Well, as somebody that's never watched One Piece, it would be my first exposure to One Piece, which would be very confusing.
It's very crazy how good it translates to live action, actually.
Okay.
It's like, if you had been like, what's the one anime you think would probably like not work as a live action? Like, I would have been like, probably One Piece wouldn't work very well. It's way too silly.
Uh-huh.
But like the main actor that they got to play the main character, Luffy, he's good at it. He treads that line of like cartoon character, but also real person. And it kind of carries the show, I feel like.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, One Piece is one of those animes where it's just like, because it's like just too long that I'm just like, I'm never going to watch this.
I would never watch it.
Yeah, it's like trying to watch Naruto. It's just like, unless I started, it's like, you can't start that now. It's like, because it's still going. Like, it's not like they've stopped. It's not like, at least I know there's an end point to this. It's like, I got to fucking catch up, and then they're going to keep making it. So I don't know. Yeah, okay. Maybe I will check out the live action. That is a shocking sentence.
Yes, I know. I was shocked as well.
It's funny because it's like they apparently bungle. I never watched it because people said so many bad things about it. But they bungled the Cowboy Bebop one so badly, which is one that I feel like wouldn't be that hard to adapt. It's like, it's space. It's been done.
I do have a theory.
Okay, go for it.
One Piece is never cool. Whereas like every other anime that they've ever tried to adapt ever, at some point it's trying to be cool.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
like Death Note.
You can never translate anime coolness to real life.
Yeah, because it looks doofy.
Because it looks stupid.
It looks stupid.
In an anime that's never ever trying to be serious, or not,
trying to be cool.
It's not that One Piece is never trying to be cool. Thank you. I don't know why I forgot my own argument.
It's okay. I'm right there with you. I'm fucking laying up for it. Alley-oop.
Yeah. But just But in an anime that's never ever tried, like even the main villains are like ridiculous looking consistently always, right? And so like it just works because it's never trying to be cool.
Okay.
There's never a moment where it's like, oh, that's silly, and like they didn't pull off that moment. It's like, yeah, they pulled that off because like there was nothing too hard to pull off.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it certainly, like, when I saw that, like, it had come out, I was like, that's a mistake. So
yeah, same.
I'm just so shocked. I'm shocked that you even started watching it. Like, I figured that would be one where you just like, I'm not going to turn that on.
Yeah, I mean, someone was like, they did it. They like successfully adapted an anime.
Okay.
And I was like, that's bullshit. AstroTurf internet advertising. Someone in some company got paid money to write that Reddit post. That is a lie. But it's still gonna work on me because I'm gonna go check out the first episode and see if it's true or not. But it was true, so there you go.
Fair enough. Did you see the last season of Titans?
Titans. Oh God, like you're watching the fucking Titans show?
Yeah, we finished it, man. We watched the whole fucking thing.
Oh my God. Yeah, you thought that was really good, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that was my other friend that thought it was really good. Yes.
I thought
Hunter
you thought it was really good. You were like digging Titans for a while. Then I think you fell off that wagon.
Was I?
You recommended it to me in the first place.
Are you thinking of me?
Yeah. You told me the first season of Titans. I felt like, unless you were being sarcastic and I was not picking up on it, like I watched it on your recommend.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about it.
Because I've never I tried to watch one episode of that show and thought it was trash and never watched any more episodes of it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm confused why I would recommend the whole season to you. I mean, I have been told it's good by other people. But I don't.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you say so, my memory's terrible. So
it's either that or you were fucking.
I must have been being sarcastic.
You might have been giving me the runaround. You might have been trying to fuck with me, which
I have no idea.
That's entirely possible. But
yeah, I can't know why I would ever recommend Titans. Are you sure you're talking about Titans, like the DC show about like the Teen Titans?
Yeah, the fucking land on the fucking Nightwing lands on the ground. Fuck Batman.
Because I might have recommended the Doom Patrol to you.
Okay.
Right. With fucking the mummy guy.
I wonder if maybe you somehow got them confused and recommended it to me by accident. Yeah. That I could believe. Okay. I could 100% believe that you would get shows mixed up and recommend something to.
That must have been it, because I definitely would not have recommended Titans to you.
It was fine.
Yeah. It must have been. I mean, I'm glad you liked it. I've heard it. I've heard people really liked it. Some of my friends really liked it.
Here's the thing. I think that it's actually a really good comic book show. It's just that, like, in the same way that, like, comic book cool doesn't come across in television, anime cool doesn't come across in television. Comic book cool does not come across in television. Like it doesn't work that way.
Ooh, speaking of comic book show, Peacemaker.
I haven't watched it. What is it?
It's John Cena doing Peacemaker, the character from the Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, I'm not aware of Peacemaker.
Okay, have you seen the Suicide Squad movie?
No, I have not.
Well, there you go. 2 recommends right there.
Is the Suicide Squad movie good?
The most recent one is actually legitimately good.
Okay, yes. Not the first one, because I heard the first one was fucking terrible.
The first one was terrible.
Yeah, okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Oh, shit, though. Speaking of, I forgot to put it on my list, but I just remembered because you said comic books. Did you watch Invincible?
Oh, God, yeah, of course.
Fuck, dude.
It was so good. Yeah,
Fuck.
So good. Yeah, I mean, I love the comic book, so, I mean, the fact that they adapted it so successfully is just a cherry on top.
That was a brutal show. I was not prepared. I was the fucking, spoiler alert, but like the fucking scene where he's holding him into the fucking subway car.
Oh, yeah.
And like everybody, he's just like basically just like fucking mulching people. I'm like, Christ, man. Holy fuck. So yeah, Invincible.
And that's your dad.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
That's my dad.
So yeah, Invincible. Fucking fantastic. Holy shit, was not prepared for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Invincible's great. I'm so excited for it. I mean, it's soon. The second season is very soon.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck months. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I did know that. I think I knew it was coming out soon.
Yeah. And of course, what's really exciting is like, at least for a good another 3 or 4 seasons, the show is only going to get better.
Yeah, I've heard people are like super excited about.
Yeah, it's like, you think bombs have been dropped, and they have been, but like bigger bombs of a greater variety will be dropped.
I'm ready for it, man. I'm fucking.
It's gonna be so good. I can't even like hype you up enough. That's what's so great about it.
I hope they don't fuck it up.
I mean, I don't know how they could at this point.
I mean, I said that about The Witcher.
No, I don't know. The Witcher was never nearly as good as Invincible is.
No, that's fair. The Witcher was not nearly as good as Invincible was. Yeah. Like The Witcher, I was like, oh, this is like a very, very passable,
Witcher's like a 70% successful adaptation, which is very impressive. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But like Invincible is like 95%.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
98%.
They are knocking. I mean, like
it's amazing.
As someone not familiar with the source material, I can tell they're knocking it out of the park by how fucking good it is. So
yeah, and they don't even do a 1-to-1 adaptation. Like they've changed stuff, and it's like it works.
Fair enough.
Like I have no complaints about the way they've structured that show.
I'm down with that. All right. Before we talk about Armored Core, I have one song. And then let's fucking talk about.
I like it. Quality, not quantity.
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
I've been trying to experiment a little bit with like kind of like a more of like a Boards of Canada type sound, but mixing with some other stuff. So don't expect. I'm not Boards of Canada, obviously, but
no, I'm expecting Boards of Canada.
Expect Boards of Canada. Sorry. Fucking do it. But let me know when you're ready to hit go.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm go. Yep, that's Boards of Canada sounding.
Yeah, I figured something out with whatever it's called, with like sampling, and I've got some neat stuff.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a transition.
Yeah, very abrupt.
Yes. Yeah, I like those. Yes. I mean, this was really good. But it's almost like I almost feel more critical of it because it was so good.
Oh shit. Okay. Like, I'll take that.
Close to greatness. It's like, it feels like it's missing like a unifying artistic theme, if I can sound very pretentious.
Go for it. I mean, we're well into the terms of pretentitude.
Yeah, it's like the beginning 30 seconds or so are so like perfectly Boards of Canada, and then it like transitions into this like drum and bass stuff, which is still great because it keeps the Board of Canada layer going like unaffected almost. Mm-hmm. And then like at some point you do that abrupt transition. What is it? Yeah, 115 or whatever.
Yeah.
113. And then it's more like Neo Tokyo vibes. You've listened to Neo Tokyo, right?
You've recommended it. I know that I have listened to it, but I don't actually remember what it sounds like.
It's almost more like video gaming, but just for that like 15 seconds or so, I feel like, until it hits like 130, and then you get that like kind of like glitching stuff going.
Yeah.
And I really like that, and I feel like the song kind of comes back there a lot. Like it like really gets its like spirit back under it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like the last bit, I don't know. It's good. It was very good though.
You were digging it?
It needs some like, I feel like a little mixing to like bring out like some of the background stuff. Okay. And like, it's so good though. It's very close.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, I always the mixing is something I am continuing to struggle with, because it's like, you know, I have two pairs of headphones that I test this with, right? Like
of course.
I put it in one pair of headphones, I mix it, I put it in the other pair of headphones, I'm like, that sounds completely off, and I try to like mix between those two. You know, like, I mean, I think if I sent this to like a professional mastering engineer, they would get this correct. They would EQ it properly, and it would be exactly right, you know, for the broad spectrum of like things. But like, I always find that I shy away from things that are like, from making it too like high end and like poppy on things. Like, not poppy as in pop music, but poppy as in like literal audio pops and stuff. So like the glitchy stuff, like, I don't feel like comes out as much as I probably should let it, because I'm like, oh, it's like, I'm like, am I just clipping? Like, what is happening here? Like should I be letting it do this or not? And then I listen to other people's stuff, and I'm like, no, they're letting it do that, and I'm not letting it do it. I'm like, I'm trying to like go away from that or EQ away from it, and I feel like I should stop doing that. If that makes any sense.
I don't even want to really like give too many suggestions, because like what you're doing is working.
All right. But you found that you found the transition like pretty abrupt, right? Like to like
just that one though.
Okay.
Just the 115, the 113 one.
The 113
I felt like 112. It's because you go from like a very like textured, staticky background sound, mm-hmm. and then because of the way the drums are there at 112, mm-hmm. yeah, I think it's because of the bass. It drowns out the static for a second, and so like it sounds clear even though it's not.
Okay.
I think is what's happening.
Okay.
And so that makes it abrupt sounding, mm-hmm. even though it's really not. I think that's what's happening.
Okay.
And so it's like, I don't know enough about
I know. I mean,
audio engineering.
I know
to give you like more coherent suggestions.
Yeah, I know some more, and like I'm learning more, but it's like there's like, I go back to old stuff that I've done, and I'm like, man, I have no idea what I was doing. And like, at least now I'm like, okay, now I know I have no idea what I'm doing, but at least like, yeah. I know that I don't know, so I try to figure things out. But yeah,
that first third and the last third especially are like if you're going for Boards of Canada, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I was trying to combine Boards of Canada with like that kind of like breakcore, like breakbeat type of like drum and bass type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's hard.
Yeah, I mean I was like I'm just like I had an idea because I came up with those like that like synth part at the beginning. You know, I was because I got this sampler and one of the techniques that they talk about is if you play chords on a sampler, right? The way a sampler works is it plays the audio at different speeds to get, you know, the higher and lower registers, right?
Yeah.
If you play a chord, they start to layer on top of each other. And that's how a lot of the old like PS1 and like that kind of era of like, you know, people call it like PS1 jungle. Like a lot of that stuff, it used that technique of like using like chords on a sampler. So all of the samples are playing at like different and overlapping rates. So you have some playing slower, some playing faster, all within the same. And they kind of like mix on top of each other and do all sorts of weird textural things. And so I was fucking around with that. I was like, that sounds like Boards of Canada, but I'm in the mood to make breakcore. So por qué no los dos?
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Oh man, I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so stoked about that. I was like, I'm treading on sacred ground here, so I'm hoping that it's okay.
Yeah, no, I liked it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Speaking of treading on sacred ground, you want to talk about Armored Core?
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
All right. So, I want to hear it, Steven. I want to fucking hear you repent because I noticed that you never finished the game.
Oh, did I not?
I don't think so. I didn't see any fucking achievement saying that you'd finished it. So,
yeah, I think because, Starfield came out, right?
Oh, you bet. Okay. So tell me. Okay. Assuage my fears. What did you think of...
I loved it. It's amazing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's super great. I loved it. Yeah, I guess I didn't finish it, but like, I'm planning on not only finishing it, but finishing it 2 more times after that.
Okay, good. Jesus
stuff.
Christ. Okay. I was really like,
Yeah,
I was coming into this ready for fisticuffs. I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. No. I loved it.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus. Okay. Cause yeah,
there's just a lot of video games coming out, man. It's like,
okay, all right.
Dude, tomorrow is Cyberpunk DLC. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
okay, all right. Okay.
Like, I don't have time. Okay.
All right.
And Wheel of Time is happening right now, the new season.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like,
I'm waiting for that to finish.
After this podcast, I'm watching Wheel of Time, Jason.
I'm waiting for that to finish so I can watch it.
And then there's work, and then there's Cyberpunk, and then there's work, and then there's Cyberpunk, and then there's work, and then there's Cyberpunk.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
okay.
So no, I never finished Armored Core, but I loved it. It was amazing.
Okay.
I made like 12 different mechs and like I played what? 25 hours? I mean, you know, that's respectable for a Armored Core run.
You must understand that I have on many occasions seen you start a game and then suddenly see the achievement stop to happen, and I'm like,
your fears were well founded.
Yeah,
yes.
I was just like, what is happening here? Okay, all right. No. Oof. I was about to be mad. Because
no, I loved it. Yeah,
because I had 44.5 hours in.
Oh my God.
Because let me explain my Armored Core journey, because I mean,
sure.
You and I started at the same time, but I took off like a week of work because I wanted to play Armored Core. So like, you know, I had some vacation. I was like, well, fuck it. I was like, I could either do nothing with my vacation, or I could play Armored Core. So play Armored Core it was. So I took a couple days, right, to like finish like my initial run of Armored Core, right?
Of course.
Then on the next day, I beat the entire game, start to finish, in less than a day.
Yeah, I can believe it.
And then got a little bit into New Game Plus. And then on the following day, I think before like 2, like I had finished the entire game for the 3rd time. I mean, dude, so because you aren't there yet, and I won't, like, I'm not going to spoil anything with regards to that, but on my 3rd run through that game, this is the closest I've ever felt in a video game to being like a fucking new type Gundam pilot. Like, because I also got all the logs as well.
Yes, you had all the stuff.
Yeah, and also I'd played some of those missions like 4 or 5 times because I thought I'd gotten all the logs and then I'd missed like one, so I had to play the whole fucking mission again. And like that fucking like info, like the one where you have to like you meet Cinder Carla for the first time.
Oh my God, dude, I had to do that one like fucking like 7 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit, so annoying.
Yeah, because there's so many ones that, and like the guides weren't up to date of where they all are. So I was like, how am I possibly missing stuff?
I honestly, like, that game brought me back to my Gran Turismo days. I just, like, ended up doing the wall mission, like, for hours. Repeating it for money.
Nice.
It was so good.
But, fucking, like, I can't remember what mission. Oh, yeah, it was the mission, the PCA gunships are, like,
yep.
you know, like, that are all,
ground.
Yeah, the ones that are all docked. And I, like, literally, I was so well versed at that. Like, I had my fucking build and my, like, double, you know, my double chain guns and my fucking, you know. Yep. And, like, I'm flying through this mission, and I've gotten to the point where, like, I know it so well, like, I've played this fucking shit so many times, like, I know exactly how long I have to hold down the mouse buttons to kill an MT, so I'm just like, dead. Like, don't even waste any unnecessary ammo. And I'm like, literally, I'm fucking assault boosting and shooting at guys, and, like, it's like, I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking new type now. I'm so plugged into the Matrix. Like, I'm fucking, the mind-machine interface is at full capacity.
Yes, my repeat mission bot is the Char bot.
Oh, yeah?
Just a red, you know, super fast, you know, laser gun in one hand, laser blade in the other, you know, missiles on the back, just, you know, ripping through.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Hell yeah.
400 miles an hour.
Oh, man.
The whole time.
So okay. Now that I've calmed down, and I know that you're not going to tell me that you hated it, you got sick of it, you found it boring. Because I was
no, none of those things. It's great. It's a wonderful update to the formula.
Hell yeah. So how did you feel about the speed? Because I know you were concerned about it coming into this.
I could have gone a little faster.
Okay, interesting.
I could have gone faster.
Because I find it frantic as hell.
I have the exact opposite opinion of Armored Core that I do about the Souls games. Which is, Souls games I would prefer slow. Armored Core, snap my neck. I don't care. Give me 20 Gs, you know, whatever. It's cool. Let's do this. I had no problem with how fast 4 Answer was, although it was a little fast. But I guess, you know, I do miss long range combat a little bit. I miss sniper rifles. I miss there being a bigger gap that you could attain in speed and, like, airtime. But it's still a pretty big gap, so I'm happy with it ultimately. It's not that bad, especially if you, like, have dual melee weapons and you just, like, double charge with the lance or something. Then it's like, you know, you're good.
Yeah, I can see why they didn't allow you to have, like, melee weapons in each hand, because
yes, but it would be infinite combos.
It would be infinite combos. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man, if you had, like, the dual, what is it called, the laser dagger.
Oh god, yeah.
Because it's so the recharge time on that is so fucking fast. It's like.
No, man, dual laser lances is where it's at.
Have I used the laser lance? I don't think I have.
Dude, it charges.
Oh, okay. I have tried it out. Yeah, that's right. It does. It goes like fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
The thing that I really like is the and I don't know if you probably haven't gotten it yet because you're not in New Game Plus, but
yeah, but my roommate has, so lay it on me.
Okay, the Coral Moonlight.
Oh, the one that sprays coral?
No, not that one, although that one is cool, but it's like the coral version of the Moonlight Blade.
That's cool. Okay.
Is devastatingly powerful.
That sounds fucking awesome.
It's so good. Oh, we got a duel at some point. Like,
yeah, what bots have you built?
So I built a Gundam, and I've built a like a dual Zimmerman build.
Of course.
Well, actually, it's like dual Zimmermans with other shotguns on the back. So it's basically like I fire the shotguns, immediately switch to the other shotguns, fire those, switch back to the Zimmermans, fire those. It's just infinite.
Shotgun.
Yeah. But no, it's funny. I actually haven't done as much mech building because I'd been playing through the game several times.
Of course.
And then after that, I did the arena for a while, and then I wanted to watch TV because I hadn't seen Lauren in a while, so I went back. But I do want to get back into it and maybe try to S rank some missions because yeah, man, it's like
it's so good.
Oh shit, dude, it's just like, and so you're playing it on you're playing it with controller, right?
Yes.
So have you tried
mouse and keyboard fanatic? No.
Okay, I mean, try it. It's pretty dope. Like I was like, because I'd always thought, like, even back in, like, you know, like the PS2, PS3 days, I was like, man, it'd be so nice to be able to play this with, like, mouse and keyboard. And now that it exists, I'm like, well, I mean, fucking, you know, don't mind if I do. But I've, like, even up to, I think I finally have settled on my control scheme. because like up through New Game Plus, like I had still been messing around with it, and I finally settled on what I want. Is I have all my attacks on my mouse. So like I have 2 extra buttons like by my thumb, like on the mouse that I have for my back weapons, and then I have my like my main weapon and my melee weapon on left click and right click. So I could do all of my attacks like just with my mouse, and then all of my movement and shit is on my other hand. So I never hard lock on. I just always play like with standard lock, and it's like it's incredibly frantic and insane.
I bet. That sounds crazy.
And
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'll try.
Yeah, you should give it a shot. It's I could let you, I don't know what your mouse looks like, so I don't know how many buttons you got on it, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Enough. You have enough buttons on your mouse.
7, 8. 8.
All right.
Not including the actual mouse buttons, of course. Oh wait, 8.
What fucking mouse do you have?
10. I got 10. I got a fucking GeForce G502.
Oh, I have a G502.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Those buttons.
Well, you didn't ask me if all those buttons were clickable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have your 2.
We have the exact same mouse.
We have the exact same mouse. Your 2 the 2 buttons next to your thumb. Yes, I have those for my back weapons.
Those are the ones that are mappable.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That is really nice having that. Yeah. And then I have middle click as an alternate for this is getting really technical, but if you haven't played the game, this is now you'll have some.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you haven't experienced the exact same things we experienced in the last month, you're at shit out of luck with this podcast.
Yeah, that's as pretty much all the podcasts it seems. If you didn't do your homework, you're going to be very confused when you get to the lecture. But the middle click, I have that mapped as an alternate for like the shift button or whatever it is, so that I can do the quick turn, which is super nice. Having just like you hold the middle mouse down and then just do a little quick turn really fast. And oh man, dude, like now that I have my control scheme like properly worked out, because like I found my first playthrough, I was like barely ever assault boosting, and like I just like it was just much more of like a slow paced run through. Now I'm just like I feel so fucking keyed in. Like the last playthrough was just it was transcendent. It was so good.
Yeah, you've mastered it.
I don't know about that, but I certainly felt like I'd mastered it. Like
are you kicking enough?
See, that's the thing. I'm not kicking enough. I know I'm not kicking enough.
There you go. Yeah, that's a shame.
It is a shame.
I'd be kicking all the time.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Is because like before I'd gotten to I think it's New Game Plus. I didn't have all of the OS tunings.
Of course.
And so I had prioritized, like I got rid of kick and I got...
Yeah, raw stats.
Yeah, raw stats, right? You gotta go for stats. But now that I have everything, I need to kick more because I know that the kick is legit.
Yeah, the kick is very strong. Yeah.
So I know you were having like I know because we were kind of IMing back and forth for a bit on Steam, but so like I mean in terms of bosses that you fought so far, like I know you were finding them difficult and I was also finding them difficult. Like how have you been finding?
My understanding is I've beaten all the hardest bosses.
Yes,
right. Like I beat the white mech at the bottom.
Oh yeah, the Ibis series.
Yeah,
that one. Fuck that thing, man. Holy shit.
So like
that one's still hard.
Like once I beat that, I was like, okay, I've done the hardest thing, so I feel like I've beaten the game in like a pride sense. And so I don't feel the need to like keep pushing to prove that I'm like competent in Armored Core.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I understand why you stopped there.
Like, the pressure was off. It was like, okay, I can relax. I can like take this game at my own pace now. I can do other things. I can come back to this another time because I will, because it's Armored Core.
The real hardest
on PC.
The real hardest boss of the game is beating the log hunt for that mission.
Yeah, I did that. I made sure to do that during the mission.
Oh, so you beat all the wheels?
Yeah, I did that during the mission.
Oh god, I didn't.
I saw the wheel swamp and I was like, "That's where the Moonlight Greatsword is," because of course it is. Where else would they put it? Yep. In the fucking Pinwheel Swamp, because it's a From Software game after Dark Souls. So I did that.
Oh my god, that was the
one of my friends didn't do that until New Game Plus. He was like, wait, that's where it is? And I was like, yeah, did you do that mission? Did you go kill all the pinwheels already?
Yeah, I definitely soared right through that. I did not do that till New Game Plus, and so I got, it's actually funny, I got all the way to the boss, And then before I was about to fight him, I looked it up and I was like, wait a second, do I have all the logs? They're like, no, you have to defeat all the pinwheels. And I was like, I'm not fighting the Ibis series twice.
Wait, but the checkpoint system.
Yeah, but I'd already gotten to the checkpoint of the Ibis series, so I couldn't go back.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I was like, so I restarted the mission, and I was like, I'm just going to get this one because I hate fighting that thing. It's such a piece of shit. Although,
yeah, it is.
You already.
It's not really that bad.
Well, it's not really that bad. It's like, and actually, once I figured out,
not if you have 2 miniguns and 2 shock cannons on your pad.
Yeah, the stun needles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. I built a mech specifically for that mission because I was using dual songbirds and dual chain guns, and
that's not enough.
It was not enough. Yes,
you need the stun needles.
You need the stun needles. Don't sleep on.
But I did it with tank treads. So I mean.
But you did it with the wheelchair tank treads, right?
No.
Oh, you did it with the fat tank treads?
I did everything with the fat tank treads. I did the whole campaign up through there.
Oh my god.
And beyond.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I put on the little wheelchair tank treads, which are bananas.
Yeah, but I've done every other Armored Core campaign with the tank treads. So, that was what's going to happen. It didn't really matter to me. I did the mission where you have to fall down the pit with the tank treads.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're a monster. I can't believe you.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I actually ended up settling on is the heavy tetrapod legs.
Oh, yeah.
Because because like so first of all, the coral worm fight.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Such a good fight.
Oh my god. Limit her off, fucking got it 80, 90, 195, 100. I won't miss. It's like, fuck, man, it's so good. But in subsequent runs of that mission, I was like, okay, I just want this fight to be easy. I don't want to have to deal with anything. Tetrapod legs. You just hover while the worm is doing everything, and then you just wait until it like gives you the opportunity, shoot it, drop to the ground, shoot it again as many times as you need to with like your guns or whatever, and then go back up in the air because literally all of its attacks are ground based. It can't hit you if you're in the air.
Have you tried the boat legs?
I have not tried the boat legs.
If you think heavy tetrapod are good, boat's even better for air stuff.
Can it hover?
No, but they don't need to
because you're not touching the ground.
It's just so efficient. No, just the booster.
Oh, okay.
They have. It's just like it just works. You can just stay in the air.
Okay, I'll have to try that out. I didn't even consider that possibility. It's just like because
because they're so ugly and disgusting looking.
The tetrapod that I have is so it's so energy efficient that and the hover is so no brainer because it's like you get up there and then you just hit. Well, for me, it's space bar,
do it,
and it just hovers, and I just literally just sit there and do nothing while it's they're fighting and doing whatever they need to do. It's like it trivializes the mission. So don't do that on your first playthrough, but man, on subsequent ones where you just need to get to the next thing. Oh man, it's actually kind of funny too because in the mission a couple before where the worm shows up, so I was hanging by. Actually, that's the destroying the PCA things.
It is,
yeah. And I was hanging by a thread on that mission the first time through, and then the worm comes, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I had a sliver of health left.
Did you try to fight it?
Yeah, I did try to fight it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I had a sliver of health left and then fucking made it through. And on every subsequent one, I fly up to the the ledge, the ridge or whatever, and I just watch it do its thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You cannot do anything. How many tries did it take you to beat Balteus, the first Balteus?
It took me, I think it was 2 tries or maybe 3.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
3 or 4 for me, I think.
Yeah.
I think I took slightly more than that.
I mean, so I was still using more or less the scout, as is.
Initial loadout.
Yeah, the initial loadout. And
oof.
What I found is just aggression. If you just get up on it with your, because you start with a pulse sword, and because he's got pulse armor, the pulse sword basically deletes it in a couple hits. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, aggression seems to be the name of the game for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just got up in his face. I basically just ignored the missiles. I just assault boosted through the missiles and then mashed melee attack on him. And then once I did that, then I just hit him with a bunch of missiles, shoot him with my gun, whatever I needed to do. I think I might have had a machine gun at that point. I think I might have switched out my main gun for a machine gun, and I might have switched my missiles out for better missiles. But other than that, I was basically I was basically default mech. And yeah, I mean, he's intimidating, but he wasn't outrageously hard. Same deal with the helicopter. Like, well, helicopter how was that for you?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, that and the sea spider. I think the sea spider was the most intimidating, but I didn't really have that much trouble with it ultimately. I think it only took me 2 tries.
Sea spider took me more, I think. I think it took me 3 or 4 tries to get the hang of the sea spider. That.
But some people really struggled. Like,
yeah,
upwards of like 20.
Well, they're not veterans, man. You know,
they're not Armored Core veterans. We've played a lot of Armored Core.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, it was funny, like, because, you know, when I did the first mission, and because you never, on subsequent playthroughs, you never go back to the first mission. So I've only done the first mission once. I need to actually go back and play it again. Because, like, you know, I got to the helicopter, and it beat me on the first try, and then I wrecked it on the second try, because I just wasn't assault boosting into it and attacking with my sword, which is what I needed to do. But, like, I was like, okay, you know, people were saying how hard the bosses are, and I believe them now. They are actually pretty legit. But yeah, I had actually I had a lot of trouble with what the heck is it called? The smart cleaner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like I was trying to attack it from the top for the most part.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that was what you were doing as well. Did you have like were you using tank legs or something by that point?
I tetrapoded at that point.
See, I should have tetrapoded. Like that was clearly like I for some reason I was resisting going to, like, I felt like that was like a failure on my part of just like, oh, I'll use tetrapod legs. So I tried to do it with just like bipedal. And so I was flying up there and shooting it and then landing and then flying up there and shooting it, which with the stagger system is kind of difficult. I also, okay, this is embarrassing. I forgot how missiles worked. So in my mind, right, I was like, oh, as soon as the missiles are ready to fire.
It took me a while to break that habit too, yeah.
Okay, you had the same problem. I was like, so I would just fire missiles as soon as the missiles were ready before they were locked on. I was like, man, missiles suck. They never do any damage. They never hit.
Yeah, they're really horrible.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, they don't hit when you fucking dumb fire them like a dumb idiot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. The thing that robbed me of that was building my missile bot.
Because you didn't hit anything.
So I was like, why isn't this working? This should work.
Yeah.
I know this will work. I have missiles on every part of my body. Why isn't this working? Oh, because I'm not shooting the missiles properly. There we go. Oh, now it kills everything instantly. Oh my god. It's so good.
Yeah, that'll do it every time. So yeah. And also compounded by the fact that because I'm not using hard lock on, missiles are a little bit trickier with mouse and keyboard. Like obviously, because here's the thing: if you touch your mouse, you can break your hard lock on.
Yes, I know. That sounds, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to use mouse and keyboard, like, you have 2 choices. You either have to, like, not touch your mouse or be very still with your mouse, which is hard, or just, like, be better at doing the manual locking on, which I am better at, because, like, I was trying to use, like, vertical missiles to hit the smokestack on it or, like, the chimney on it, and I just, like, I could never get them aimed right.
Yeah, well, also that with that one, it's hard because the missiles will hit the ceiling.
Oh yeah, shit. People were saying that. That's true.
Yeah, I was using the tetrapod, and I had 1 direct missile and 1 vertical missile, and that was definitely happening to me too.
Yeah. I mean, now when I go back and play it, I mean, like, you know, I use the tetrapod, I float above it, and I just blast it with songbirds and fucking chain guns and like delete it instantly. But I on the climbing the wall one, I've never gotten to the one. I've seen videos of it, but you could defeat the thing at the top, whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, before he leaves.
I've gotten really close, but I've never actually beaten it before he leaves.
The only time I've ever seen anyone do it, I mean, I'm sure people have done it legitimately, but the video I watched was clearly like they cheated to like set his health to 0 instantly.
Yeah,
but it's cool that it's all in there. Especially, I like the way that you can like peacefully approach that one guy you have to assassinate in that one mission where you have to sneak in.
I've done every permutation of that.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I like that.
Yes, I like you can peacefully approach him. You can agree to him and then betray him. You can not listen to him finish and betray him. You know, like there's like so many like different variations of things you can do. Like a lot of love went into this game. Like you can tell a lot of love went into it. Have you have you seen the videos on like I think it's Zuli the Witch? She does like Elden Ring stuff, but she also like has been doing Armored Core stuff since it's been coming out. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Yeah, the size comparison stuff.
Yeah, yes. Like that was awesome. I was like, oh shit, like they actually did it. They made it appropriately sized. It's all to scale.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
I love it. It makes me want to just like stroll through those levels.
Yeah, I'd like
just look at all the details,
leisurely pace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, there was a video that was on Reddit that somebody had posted of somebody doing that. They brought a like a Dark Souls or an Elden Ring character.
Oh yeah, I did see that one too.
Yeah,
and it's that's what inspired me to do it.
Yeah, I was just like, holy shit, man, these are massive. Like you actually get a sense of the scale, which is cool because it's like, I mean, obviously when you're a person-sized robot from your perspective, like you kind of lose a little bit of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck, such a good game. Holy shit. So what's your favorite?
Oh, you know what I'm excited for?
What are you excited for?
The Armored Core 6 for Answer.
Hell yeah, they better.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like this has been doing well, so I really, really hope that we get another one.
Yes. I want more parts.
Yeah, I want more parts.
I want them to add like the little like shoulder parts back.
Oh yeah, like the stabilizers and stuff.
Booster, stabilizers, yeah, that would be cool. The weight balancing,
yeah.
I loved the weight balancing. I mean, I want all the little things.
Yeah. This very much feels like a reboot in a lot of ways.
Yes,
which after the amount of time it's been, I think is very warranted and was a smart move on their part. But
yep.
Now I want all the shit. Now give it all back to me. I want it.
Yeah, they don't even have a radar.
Well, they do have radar at the bottom of the screen.
Sure, but they don't have like a radar part.
Yeah, they don't have a radar part. But it's funny. I can't remember what mission. Oh, it's the mission where you're protecting the missiles.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. It's the first time you actually look at it.
Well, it took me until until New Game Plus. It was New Game Plus, not New Game Plus Plus. But it took me until New Game Plus to realize,
oh, really?
Oh, shit. I should just be looking at the radar to see where the enemies are coming from. Because I was like, am I going to have to memorize this pattern? It's like, no, there's little red. You just little red dots. Just go to the little red dots. You blithering idiot. I'm so dumb. Like, just so dumb.
Yeah, I realized that halfway through the mission the first time.
Yeah, very bad at Armored Core.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, what were some of your favorite parts up to the point you've played? Obviously.
I don't know.
All of it, the whole game.
All of it, the whole game. Yeah, the fact that it exists on PC.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's the nice part. I don't have to buy a fucking $500 console for it.
It is nice.
What about you?
I mean, I it's cliche, but I mean the coral worm mission is incredible. Like,
yeah, that is. Yeah,
that is like that was incredible, and I also really liked when you first see the Xylem. No, sorry, not the Xylem. What is it called? Is it the Xylem? Whatever the big giant tower thing is, like that. It's where like you fight the Ibis series. Like going through these caves and like you come out the end and you see like because like it's just I love FromSoft's gigantic megastructures and I mean this game is like fucking a party of just giant megastructures. And then I guess so you said your roommate's playing this. Are you familiar with some of the other missions that you haven't played yet?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I didn't want to spoil anything for you. But like, do you know about the mission where you have to destroy all the PCA ships like in the air?
Yes, for
Cinder Carla.
All Mind, right? Oh, okay. Maybe I don't. Okay. Well, I knew there was a mission. I thought it was for All Mind, but okay. So you're attacking the space station, right?
No, this is a different one. This is where you're defending the giant ship that Cinder Carla has.
Okay. I wasn't aware, but yes.
When you get to that point, because what route are you taking through your playthrough?
The Walter route.
Oh, you are taking the Walter route. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll get to that mission then.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I won't spoil it for you, but I think you'll be very happy when you get to that mission.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Also, holy shit, man. I love the design of those PCA warships.
Oh yes, no, they're so cool.
When that was one of my favorite like little cutscenes is when like the ship comes and it's like
they all come
and they have like it almost looks like concrete, like etched concrete on the side of it with like the PCA logo. It's like it's so like brutalist and amazing, like because so much of Armored Core is like either like super corporate or like super like dingy and like ruin destruction. So to see like these super like clean, like very like just oppressive looking warships, I was like, oh dude, that is some very nice visual design.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved all of the PCA stuff. I kind of want to make a PCA bot.
I wish, man. Actually, somebody posted recently a size comparison between like.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
yeah,
it's like, okay, so clearly they're way the fuck bigger than your AC.
Yeah.
But I wish that we were like, hey, maybe in the AC's
Armored Core 6
the Armored Core 6 for answer that we'll get that, because I would love that, man. Because their parts were so fucking cool.
Yes. That's always how it is, though, with From Software games. You always want the enemy stuff.
Yeah, but in some From Software games, you could get the enemy stuff, and I want it. I want it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, God. I was so scared that you were going to tell me that you didn't like it. I was so prepared for you to just be like, you'd be like, yeah, it was too fast. It was too much like Armored Core 4 Answer. And it was like...
Do you have like a big a stack of like argument notes that you're just gonna have to burn now?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I will tell you, the one thing that I was genuinely wondering, because I was wondering if I was misremembering things. I was like, did you actually play the Armored Core games, like the missions? You know, you must have.
Yeah, or did I just like
instead of just do the arena? Because I was like, oh shit. I was imagining a world where, like, it's like I played through, because I know I played through the games, but, like, did you just make a copy of my save and play through the arena, and that was, like, your Armored Core experience?
No. Yes, I played the games, yes.
Because, I was worried you were going to be like, oh, I didn't realize this was the game. Ugh, I hate this. This sucks.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yes, I enjoy a good Armored Core, although I like doing the missions over and over again, honestly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. No, the missions are great. Like, okay, other than the defending missions.
I like the defend missions, even the missile one.
Okay. I just like, I hate it when I have to be responsible for somebody else's damage. I'm just like, eh.
Oh, I guess I like fighting attacking enemies because defense is always easier. You know, it's just like, okay, like you're coming at me, like, guess what? Missiles. Oh, you're all dead. Okay. Oh, look, you're coming at me from that direction now. Too bad for you.
One of my favorite missions is, I think it's actually like the first mission after the tutorial mission, because all of the enemy density is pretty high. And like the map is like a good size, and it just makes me feel so satisfied to just hit the assault boost, blast through, and like, cause you're destroying all those turrets, right? It's like one of the shortest missions of the game, where it's like,
oh yeah, the artillery.
Where you have to destroy all the artillery, and it's so satisfying to run through, like on the new game plus when you've mastered the controls and you're like actually good at the game, and it's like just blasting through and just killing everything in like I finished that mission in like 30 seconds or something stupid. Like it's fast, it's just like it's probably closer to like a minute, but like it's just like you finish that mission so quickly, and I'm just like, I love that feeling of just being like, it's like I know where all the enemies are, I know what I need to kill and what I don't need to worry about. Just, this is dead, blast that. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like a fucking Gundam pilot. I feel incredible, so powerful. Because it's like, the power fantasy in Armored Core, like going like, the thing that we've talked about multiple times with video games, like I feel like Armored Core has in spades, of like the starting out shit and then becoming just disgustingly powerful by the end is so present in Armored Core than like almost any other game.
Yeah, it's so nice to go back to old missions and just wreck.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man. God, yeah.
Yeah, it's a relief off
I was
your
just prepared
chest.
for a totally different conversation, because it's like,
I get it.
It's not the first time I've been wrong about your tastes about video games, so it's like there was just a whole nightmare scenario I'd built up in my head of the reason why you didn't enjoy this.
Yeah, Armored Core would be pretty bad, because I've played a lot of
I know,
games,
right?
Yeah.
I was like, but this is different enough that I could see it, right? Like, it's not, but it is, like...
Yes, no, it is. Yeah.
Like, there's, like, the missions are a little bit longer, like, in some cases. Like, the mechanics have been changed a bit. But, like, yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I was concerned about, like the turning speed and all that stuff, like, I don't even notice it. You're going 1,000,000 miles an hour and blasting things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, there aren't, like, for the most part, there aren't, like, leg turning animations, Like, you can kind of snap turn with legs. Although I did notice, because I tried it with tank legs, the tank legs do have a turning animation, which I like.
Yes. I think everything had a turning animation.
Well, like, if you, like, on bipedal, right, like, you can, I mean, there is some animation, but, like, you can kind of snap you know?
Yeah, but there is some animation.
Yeah,
though.
but it's not like the old games where the legs literally had to like work their way to the other side before you were going in that direction.
Yeah,
which wouldn't work in this game with the pace that it's at. But I did like with like at least with the wheelchair tank legs, like you do a little hop to turn.
Yeah,
it's so cute. You're just like, and then you get going. Oh man. So yeah, fucking Armored Core.
It was good.
It came out.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I
know,
yeah,
right?
It's other than I think the last game that I was this like enamored with was Disco Elysium, honestly. And you know how much I will never shut up about that game. So
sure.
I mean, Disco Elysium, like my first reaction to finishing Disco Elysium was I would like to play Disco Elysium a second time. So same thing with this. I finished this. I'm like, all right, I'll go around again. It's like, it's so funny because like, I went up to talk to Laura after I beat the game for the first time. I was like, oh, I beat the game. She's like, oh, great. I'm like, I'm going to go beat the game again. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And then like I came back later that day. I was like, I beat the game again. She's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to go a third time. Go it again.
More.
Oh, man. But yeah, we'll definitely have to find some time to battle it out because I want to see your mechs.
Yes, I have many of them.
I need to build some more now. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, because I thought you had bounced off the game and like you weren't going to be playing it, I hadn't spent some time like tweaking and building new mechs because I was like, I mean, if Steven's not going to play, like, whatever. It's like
I have like 10 mechs.
You know what I did do? I went through. I bought all of the like the not like the weapons, but like all of like the leg, arm, and core parts.
Oh yeah,
and I built all of the.
Oh. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
I was like, I built every single iteration. I was just like, I want to see what they all look like.
All the mechs.
So I have a whole list of the like,
cool.
and I have them all like the same color too. So it's like a fucking just
nice.
Oh, dude. Honestly, that was one of the most satisfying parts. I was like, I want to piece together the exact mechs. I want to see what they look like.
Yeah. I want to see what the sets are.
I want to see what the sets are.
What are my set bonuses?
Hell yeah, man. Fucking fashion core. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I essentially did that, but with the weapon parts.
Oh, nice.
I was like, let me take every like set of like, let me get all the laser weapons on one mech and like make it work.
Yeah.
And let me get all the missile weapons on one mech and like make it function as a mech.
Oh, nice. So that's what I have. Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And you know about the coral generator, right?
Yes, but I don't want to use it.
It is very that's the one that I use when I do the worm mission because it gets you back up in the air the quickest. Like I hover until I run out of hover, and then by the time I land, I'm ready to hover again.
It's like it's technically the best generator in a way, but it's also like the one that requires the most thought for its usage to be correct. It
either requires the most thought or the most thoughtlessness, depending on how well you are with energy management.
Oh, sure.
Because we are so like keyed into energy management, we're like focused on it. I'm like, never let your energy run out. Whereas like I bet a ton of people are like, energy run out? That's what I do all the time. It's like, that's why you have it. You use it till it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't like running out of energy.
Yeah, it is hard to fight the urge to not like stop with like a sliver because I'm so good at like stopping with like just a sliver of energy.
Yeah, exactly. With just a little sliver.
It's like no. You gotta finish. You gotta go all the way to the end. All right. Well, shit. Anything else to say about Armored Core?
No, I just can't wait for the expansion where we get even more parts.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh, and also, I was very pleased that they finally actually had ultra wide support.
Oh, nice.
So It not only was amazing to play, it looks fucking gorgeous, man. Like actually, honestly, like it feels a little cheaty because I have like extra space on like both sides of my screen. So my situational awareness is actually really good with like the widescreen. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't want to like, I hate saying it's like, oh, it feels so immersive, but like it feels so immersive having the fucking.
Oh, not to keep going, but also just on that topic. So well optimized.
Yeah, man, it plays fucking fantastic.
Especially after playing Starfield.
Oh yeah, I've seen you play. I wasn't going to get into it because I haven't started Starfield yet, but.
No, let's not because we're already way over. Yeah. But next time. But
yeah, no, okay. It's very well optimized, except for I found that it chugged to a fucking halt with the giant RIF mining machine.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That got really bad in parts, and I don't even know what setting I would change to fix it because I tried like fucking around with some settings, and it was still slow. So I was like, okay, it just sucks here.
It's just a big thing. Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, the game runs like butter smooth.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
Fuck yeah, man. Armored Core.
Nice.
It was amazing.
I'm a core.
So yeah, you were probably so confused when I was like making angry statements.
Yeah, I was. You kept dropping hints the whole episode, and I was like, what does he think our conversation's going to be about this game?
And now you know.
Yeah, but I get it. Know. Yeah.
Yes, I do check your achievements to make sure that you've done your homework.
Yeah, I just don't put any, I expect people don't pay attention to those things.
Yeah, mostly because I was waiting to see what ending you were going to get to.
Yes,
so I know what to talk about.
And I just never got
and then you didn't get to an ending, and I'm like, where aren't you getting to an ending? And then you started playing other games, and I was just like, why are you playing other games? What's happening here?
Yeah. It's too many games.
Fuck, man. All right. Well, I don't know what we're going to do next time, but we'll figure something out. But
yeah.
Hell yeah. Oof. Load off. Like this is a very different conversation. Big load off.
Yes. Just positive.
Just positive. Sweet. All right. See ya.
Yep. Talk to you later.